Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. I'll tell you what's going on here because I want to be transparent with you. Uh, I'm recording this episode immediately after the last one, and like a complete fool, I didn't actually bother to consider what we were going to do next. So I've got to make the decision right here, right now. I think what we're going to do, since we have the ability to warp, I believe the best course of action will be to go to Firelink and head into the catacombs. That seems like a fun thing to do, so that is what I will do. All right. Hello, friend. Oh yeah, that was me. Yeah, I definitely did that shit. Okay, so couple of things. First off, hey buddy, how much does this cost? 22. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that, no question. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll just do it myself. I'll just do it myself. Alright. Place the Lord Vessel on this altar. That unlocks endgame material. Okay, let's warp back to Firelink. And I suppose, since we're here, we can return the Firekeeper Soul to Anastasia. And she can speak now, which is wonderful. Thank you. We'll take a rest here, and let's start heading towards the catacombs. That seems like a good plan to me.
You could not be the chosen one.
Oh.
Enough. I shall slumber.
What his deal is. One shot. Not a one shot. So we're in the graveyard. There's some skellies. No big deal. We're at a point where we're one-shotting all these guys. It's really not a problem. They come up in groups of 2. And we take them down in groups of 2. Really, not a whole lot to say here. Winged Spear, that's an interesting weapon. Goodbye to this guy. Dropped a lot of frames when I killed that guy. No! Oh, I wanted to get the big guy. Lachlan didn't give me what I wanted. Swing on him. Swing on him. Yes, got him. Got them both. Double kill, my friends. And right here is the Zwahanda. A lot of people really like that weapon. A lot of people will come down here very first thing, pick that up, and then start their game. It's not really for me. I'm not huge on the speed of that weapon, so I don't particularly care for it, but that's okay. I don't have to. Now is finally the time to take our Divine Axe +2 that we made so long ago. Because as soon as we enter the catacombs, the skeletons change. They are not the cute, cuddly skellies from up top. They're still, relatively low HP, but And I think I'll actually demonstrate this, just for the heck of it. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. So, let's see. Let's see if this gentleman wants to cooperate or not. Maybe not. Okay, let me... I just want to get... Could I just have one of you guys come on? So, here's the gimmick to the catacombs. Got these skellies, you kill them, you don't get any souls for killing them, and if you look at their skull, the light does not go out of their eyes. And he comes back to life. If you do not kill them with a divine weapon, they do not stay dead. They just keep on coming back, and they will try their dangdest to overrun you. This weapon happens to say divine on it, but if you look at the auxiliary effects in the bottom left, the little white ring is the divine status. So if you're looking at something like a Stora's straight sword, you can see that that is divine, even though it doesn't say divine. If you want, you can take that occult club we picked up and regress it back into divine +5. I'll just keep this. And then here's the second part of the gimmick down here. This little guy is a necromancer. That's a fellow that is actually responsible for keeping the skeletons alive. So it's not as bad as it seems. You can kill him. He does not respawn. So you can suicide run him if you want. And then after he's done, the skeletons will not come back, regardless of how you kill them. I was going to demonstrate, but these guys started getting a little crazy on me. There you go. Kill it with fire. I get souls, it stays dead. There you go. So, you get that first one. You can shoot across to this one if you want. And there's, I think, 5 of them? And they control different groups of skeletons. So, not this skeleton right here, but every other skeleton we've seen has been tied to the first necromancer. And starting with that guy that we just killed, they are tied to this necromancer. You basically want to stay around this area because he's at lower terrain. He can't airbend his fire the way that some other enemies have been doing. So you bait in a skeleton. You bring him back up, and everything's cool. Good job. Now this one's a little bit of a pain because he does not want anything to do with you. So as soon as you start getting close to him, he is going to start running. And so I try to run after him. Oh, that skeleton can make it hard. And get that backstab. Now the reason I try to do that is because usually this is where I come first. I mentioned up in the graveyard that a lot of people go to the graveyard first, pick up the Zwahanda. That's not me. I come down here first. I usually, I pick up a Stora's straight sword. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But if I'm not using it, I come in here and I try to get these necromancers down so that I can deal with the skeletons. So that's why I go for that backstab on that necromancer. Try to get him out as soon as I can, and that allows me to go through this whole area, just killing the skeletons. Lucerne. Some people like that. It's not a hugely popular weapon, but it has its following. And like I said, all these skeletons are tied to that second necromancer. So this place can get very overrun if that necromancer happens to get away from you. There's a trick to this guy. If he does that leap forward attack that he just did to me, parry as soon as he gets both hands on the sword. That's the trick to him. Okay. Keep that ranged guy behind the wall as this guy comes up. If the necromancer fully evades you, he will loop around the way that I just did and actually drop off this ledge and stand down there, which is where we started. So he'll do a complete circle. And I think that's the end of his reign. I think everything out here is tied to the next necromancer. We'll find out. Those wisp kill that thing. It did not stay dead. So you'll see it come back up here in a moment. This guy, you just got to figure out the timing. There's no real trick to that one. Just the two-handed guys have a trick to that move. Oh, there is another thing you can do. If you're having trouble, they're overrunning you. You can't keep them dead because you haven't taken the necromancer down. Kick them off the ledge. They'll come back to life, down there. Not your problem. So yeah, that's an option. That is 100% an option. This and it'll spin that bridge down there, allowing you to get across. And this is one thing I really like. They got this item down here, but if you pay attention, you can see the holes in this wall. If you peek in there, you can see a bonfire. That's a very hidden bonfire, and that's just a little hint that it's there. If your eyes are open and you're paying attention, just a tiny little hint that, hey, there's a bonfire over here. What's up? Okay, and kind of bait these guys up. That one just jumped off, so he's gonna die but come back down there. That's not my problem. Here's the third necromancer. He doesn't know what to do. His two bodyguards just disappeared, and now he's dead. Floor goes away. There were two of these crystal lizards up here. You can barely see the one. He was only on screen for a second. If they get away from you, quit out to the title screen. Easy. Quit out the title screen. The lizard spawns back where he was. Man, he almost got away again. Man, that one's quick. A couple greens. We can make this axe better, and we might. A lot of those little spike traps in here. Obviously, I am aware of them, so that makes them easier for me to deal with. And another one of these little grave situations drops you right on that item that we actually just picked up. Alright, let's see. Where to? And because we quit out of the title screen, that skeleton has actually been placed back at his spawn point as well. That's the one that jumped off the ledge. Again, just missed that first one. Find the timing on the second one. He's done. He's done. Okay. Let's continue forward. Try and decide, where to go, what to do. We got a couple branches we can look at. Careful there. That is a spike trap. So take that asshole out. Oh. This somehow became 3. Which I was not expecting. Okay, that's a parry stance. You don't want to mess with that. But you can always do jumping attacks at parry. They don't seem to be able to parry jumping attacks. That backhand is actually pretty easy to parry. I just wasn't close enough to him to do it. Okay. Gotta get a little careful here. Gotcha. And oh, nope, didn't get him. Bang. The weight of this axe makes them crumble. That makes it super easy. That's one of the reasons I bought the axe specifically. Get yourself a soul item. Both of those are trapped, so go right in the middle. Make it awesome. And we're gonna head down here. That guy just jumped down, which was nice of him. And oh, was that the no? I thought the 4th necromancer was in this room. I didn't see any souls get picked up. Wait, hold up. That's that. Yeah, I didn't see any souls get picked up, so I'm not sure where this guy got to. But that lever we pushed actually opens the doorway back up here, which leads to a couple options. To the left, gets us underneath that bridge we crossed, gets us over to where that man we may or may not have noticed was standing, but he just turned the bridge for us, so that was super nice of him. Hey. Yeah, cool. Alright, drop on down. There's your hidden wall that leads you to the bonfire that we saw through the hole in the wall. And I think we might as well reinforce this axe just one more time. We picked up the shards, might as well do it. Okay, and slide through that. And that should be the bonfire we use for the boss run if we happen to need it. There's a couple options here. I'm going to just go across the bridge. And I thought... Oh! Back. Whoa! There it is. Oh! You son of a gun. Okay, obviously... Obviously that's something I knew was coming, but... the skeleton jumping down changed my focus, and I just didn't act quickly enough. That's one thing I actually really like. He slipped and fell and hit the lever. But look at the state of the bridge, look at the state of the lever. You have to pull the lever in the manner that he did. I just really like that little detail. He very obviously did it on purpose. It just makes me smile. Alright, so we'll grab this. And what I was trying to do, when he flips it, you can roll down here and save yourself. Great sight. That's what I come down for. That is a very good dex weapon. And I like it, so I use it. Heal up immediately because things are starting to get a little crazy. You know what? I'm even going to throw some fire on this. Didn't kill him, but took him out for a little bit. Gives me a little bit of time to just re-establish. And that's all you need. Sometimes you just need a little space, a little time. There are ways to get it. I'm really very interested in that fourth necromancer. Did they change it? Like, did they put him somewhere else? He's always been in that. He's either in that room or he kills himself by jumping off the ledge. Like, that's the two options for him. And this is just the fall gate. If you continue to cross the bridge, this is the fall gate you would end up at. And this. So that I'm in offline mode, so that message is actually a developer message. Somehow that never really occurred to me. I just always assumed there was a message in that spot. We are now into the 5th Necromancer's territory. There are 6. I just realized now, yes, there are 6 Necromancers. But number 4, we still don't know where she is. Okay, how about you just stop. Just stop what you're doing. I only came up here because I don't like you. Bang. Bang. Okay. And this right here, Dark Moon Seance Ring. That's interesting. Weren't we in? Yes, we were. That's the thing we were missing in the Dark Moon Tomb that I completely forgot about until we were there and ready to fight. Alright. Whoa, hello, Necromancer number 5. Still calling you 5, even though you obviously are the 4th one we've encountered. No, I keep... I'll tell you what happened. That's another... Got me. Yep. That was a tight situation. That was a little bit of a panic there. I saw how low my health was. I thought I could find a spot to heal. I didn't. I failed. So what happened was, I'm used to the reinforced club. Usually I press R2, I do a leaping attack. That's what I was expecting. Didn't happen because I'm not using that weapon anymore. And just as a by-the-by, you can actually see that Necromancer right there. So you can kill him from out here. That can make, if you don't have the divine weapon, that can make this area a lot easier because you can run through this all, killing the skeletons without having killed him. Nope. Oh, he went for that parry. I don't know how he missed it. They usually don't miss those. I'm not going to bother killing the archer this time. He learned his lesson. Big guy does not fall through the roof. He's just here. I'm actually saying this as I learned it because usually I don't die in this spot, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I didn't know if he even came back, but he did. Okay, so let's be a little bit more careful. I was starting to feel pretty good about myself, thinking I was somewhat invincible. Didn't really consider that I was walking into a room with multiple enemies. Oh. 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 Necromancer dead. Hey, there we go. There's the drop. Skull Lantern. As far as I can tell, I don't have any verification of this. This is just 100% my experience, anecdotal. Take it for what it's worth. In my experience, if you kill all 6 Necromancers, you are guaranteed a Skull Lantern drop. You'll get 1 Skull Lantern if you kill all 6. Like I said, don't know if that's true. Don't know how it works. If they do they set that drop to one of them when the game begins? No idea. No idea whatsoever. But in my experience, I've always gotten one if I kill also. I'm going to go back to those souls. Obviously, we don't really need them, but the way I died there frustrates me a little bit. So, I'm going to try to make up for it. By running through, by being impatient, not wearing the Ring of Sacrifice, just running through. That's always a good idea. I've pointed that out many times. Just rushing things. When you get a little bit frustrated, just rush things, and it usually works out fine. There we go. Alright, everything's cool now. Can I? Yes, I can just drop straight to here. That's awesome. Well, I guess the best thing to do now would be to flip over here, drop into this region, and... How did I fail? How did I fail that? I haven't failed that drop in years, man. That was embarrassing. Let's try that again. Alright. Kill yourself, that's fine. Okay, he did actually die. So that makes me think that the Necromancer in here, number 4, did end up going off the cliff and killing himself. I can't get the souls back from here, so I gotta go back up. You can do it a different way than I've been doing it. I've been swinging off that bridge, but you can actually come down these stairs and just do a drop. It's actually a lot safer that way. Okay, let's try this again. Like I said, haven't failed this drop in years, don't really know what's up. Basically, you want to walk straight off, but like into the wall a little bit, because you don't want to go so far that you hit that little nub that's sticking out of there. So you gotta walk like into the wall, like this. That's nothing. It's an easy drop. It's impossible to fail. There's a green tidy. This is where that Necromancer would have died. And this is a secret blacksmith. Vamos. Oh, wow. They've added an extra bonfire to this level. This was never here. That was never here. They added that. Okay. But anyway, this is Vamos. He does fire weapons. Sells tidy shards. Sells arrows and bolts. You know, not a whole lot in the shop, but fire weapons, chaos weapons, that's his thing. And he can actually just do fire right out of the gate. So if you have the souls, which you might, if you're down here messing around, you might. You can, you know, buy enough shards from him to get your weapon to +5, and then use that green shard you just picked up to get yourself a fire weapon. So you can have a fire weapon super early in the game. What I usually do, and don't tell anybody, what I usually do is kill him, because he drops an okay, like, medium armor helmet, and he drops a hammer style weapon with decent base damage and fire already on it. So pretty good for that. And if I'm not planning to have a fire weapon at any point, then there's really no reason to keep him around, and so I usually just kill him. If you can get... Oh no, I don't want that. There you go. Okay, and I'm dead. I mean, that was gonna happen. So yeah, those guys were a little more aggressive than usual. Usually, you know, there was those 3 bone wheels that came up. Oh, I like this bonfire though. That's cool. Usually there's those 3 bone wheels that came up. Like you walk up here and just pay attention. You can see that one's starting to move already. So he already knows you're here. Stop moving. Okay, you want to take these guys one-on-one. So just look over the crest of the hill. If you see one of them moving, just stop. There. All right, one of them just moved. Ah, I got 2 of them. See. And that's me getting stun locked a bit. Not stun locked, but block locked, I guess. But yeah, usually those 3, and then you can just go. And the ones over on the other side of the room don't generally care about you, but. But they were getting a bit more aggressive this time around. Okay. There's this guy. Chop him down. So right now there are 3 of them. You really just gotta worry about dodging. Prioritize dodging. And somewhere along the line you'll find an opening to take a swing. Hopefully 2. $400 souls a piece, so you kill 2, especially with that bonfire there. Kill 2 of these guys, you can buy yourself a shard. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. There is a thing here. I'm gonna try to explain it, but I would have liked to have demonstrated it. I like using those wisps to hurt this guy, especially if I'm coming down here early. I don't have a whole lot of damage output. Black Knight Shield. That's the second one of those we've got. So yeah, if you bring the bone wheel skeletons this way and get them to hit this wall, they can and will fall through. That's a pretty easy way to deal with them. this is always the tougher one for me because he's hiding behind these two guards, and if I don't have a divine weapon, I don't really have a way to take those guards out. So I always try to come in there and get some shots on him around the guards, but it doesn't always work. I think that's it. Assuming that fourth necromancer did commit suicide, that should be all the necromancers. So we are done with the divine battle axe. We can climb this, which will bring us in here, and whoa, hello. Well, I didn't actually mean to do that. This drops you down to where that Black Knight is. If he doesn't come down to you, you can go to him that way. I just want to show where this leads. Well, no, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Hello, friend. Does this do? 285. Versus 184, not really worth it because we can get multiple swings. Okay, so you take him out, you get an Eye of Death. What you can do here, if you want, once you get that Eye of Death, you can hop in this coffin. Where is it? This coffin. Hop in this coffin. Nestle in it. And that is another weapon you can get. Also requires strength, but it's a curved great sword, so it's a little bit faster than his Zweihander. And I think it also has poison on it, so it's an interesting weapon. If you come the whole way out here, you will probably recognize this area as a place we've been. But what we're going to do is actually just drop down right in this V. Pick that up. I'm going to heal. I felt like I could survive this, but I'm not confident. And there's your priest starting gear. And we're ready for the boss, finally. Again, this was a long one, too. I didn't expect this episode to be so long, but it has turned out to be. Ha! Hello, Pinwheel. Look at that damage. No, I'm dead. I just killed myself. Just killed myself. I would if he were even remotely competent. But he's not. He is not, unfortunately. So yeah, a lot of my runs, this will be the first boss I take. Just because he's here. You know, I came down here, I got the Great Scythe and the helmet, and I figured, well, I'm here, I might as well take the boss out. And so that's what I'll do. However, there's something else I do while I'm here. And this is probably a little crazy sounding to some people. But I don't feel like going through this area again. I just went through it. Usually without a divine weapon, so it's a little difficult, but I persevere through it. I get the weapon I want. I get a piece of armor I want. You know, I get a lot of souls to start the game. But I don't want to go through it again. So I actually do, you know, whatever level I start at, you know, level 8 or whatever, I actually continue into the Tomb of the Giants. And the second bonfire in this area is a bonfire you can warp to. So I will go there, rest at it, but resting at it means I then have to climb out of the Tomb of the Giants. Because I don't have the ability to warp that early. So super difficult? Sure, yeah, super difficult thing that I tend to do on my own runs. You can't. How do you get to that? I know it's possible. I just can't remember right now. Is that the one you have to hold right as you slide down? It's like I don't even care. I'm just curious. There was one treasure in here that it took me forever to figure out how to get to. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Yeah, going a little long today. That's okay. You know, this is something I kind of feel like doing, so I'm going to do it. Obviously, the bone wheels are going to be back. Hopefully, I can just swing around. It's not going to be a deal. Whoa. Very nice. Did I ever... For some reason, I'm remembering changing a ring. I had the two I've had, but I thought for some reason, I put on another one. There's no evidence that I did, but I believed it. I believed it. Alright, so we're heading down. Damn it. Oh, same spot. I think this is just a case of me forgetting something. Like, obviously there's a way that I handle this. Because I'm not making any of this up. I come down here, you know, at whatever level the bandit starts at, because I'm almost always a bandit. So I come down here with whatever level the bandit starts at, and I handle this situation. And, like, it's not even a thing. Dang it. So what do I do differently there that I normally don't do? I tell you the truth. I probably don't stop to fight them. I probably just run past them. Because I don't think with whatever weapon... Well, I would be wielding that hammer I got from Vamos. That would be my weapon. With that weapon, would I be killing these giants? I don't know. Can I? It seems like the answer is yes, but not easily. Up just a little bit. No! Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm so dead right now. You need to go. You need to go. Okay. Whew. Yeah, running away from them is a good idea. It gets the archer out of your face. And it puts them both in front of you. It's a good idea. It's probably what I do. I also probably don't fight. So those two things combined is probably how I handle that. Okay. So now I'm going to come over here. Find this little ladder that's tucked away. And this is the first bonfire, but not the warpable one. I can actually check now that I have this thing. Catacombs. So you can now warp to the Vamos bonfire? That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. So you get that. It's cool. You can also go this way. And I believe this is the way out. Yes, this is how we get out of here. But what I'm gonna do... Damn. Just happy I hit someone with that. So there's a lot of giants down here. I mean, usually you're just gonna suicide yourself if you come in here. There you go. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I wasn't meaning to drop off right then when I did. Man, I still gave it an effort, though. I thought maybe if I could find a heel that stuck, that I could get to the ladder and out, but that was most probably wishful thinking on my part. I don't even know why I'm doing this. This is 100% extracurricular right here. Double kill. Damn it! I thought there was 3 on this side. And if I stayed right where I was... Damn it! Okay, so... there's a... great divine ember in there. So if you want the plus 10 divine weapon, you have to go in there to get it. And like I said, it's usually suicide to go in there. So if I for some reason want that ember, what I will do is try to jump across this gap, which gets me a lot closer to the ember, which you can see at the end there. And if I make that jump, then we can just drop down, grab the ember straight away, and let them kill you. Okay, so there's those guys, or that guy. Drop down, kill that guy. Using the strong attack breaks them. Okay. Good to know. Okay, one of them just started moving. So now I'm backing up. There's the lock one, finally. Dodge both attacks. Do the strong attack to try to break him. Oh, I hate that. I hate that stomp. It not only does it hurt a lot, but it shoves you backwards and can just push off a cliff. Okay. Pick up the soul there. I only see one. It seems optimistic that there's only one, but that's all I see. I'm gonna wait for him. We're gonna do this patiently. Very lucky that that hit him. Okay, he's down. Large divine ember, right there. Was that so difficult? Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, was that really that difficult? Put the lantern back on. And I think because of time, I think the best choice is to call the episode right here. So as always, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I hope that I see you very soon.